All right, folks. Some pregame bump music for you. I can't hear myself there. I get my sound up. There we go. All right. Two Texas Tone Turnstile. Dutch Chattahoochee on the call today. Got done doing some pregame interviews. Colin Atkinson, Zach Henry. A couple classic stirs. Stumped him with a couple of trivia questions, but it's not like I knew the answers myself right out of the rule book. We're all getting our pregame chow, getting our hydration done. 95 degrees. True feel 103. I don't know if I believe that. You should get over 100. You gotta feel the pain. But welcome to Seguin River Monsters baseball. We are against the Baton Rouge Rouge, who took down 11-zip a couple of days ago. Dutch, were you here for the definition of what a Rougarou is?
No.
A Rougarou is a wolf-headed, man-like swamp monster from Louisiana that will get little children if they're misbehaving. It's a real thing.
So is it like a chupacabra?
It's kind of like a little more hardcore than that. Like
Okay.
if I think it's a swamp monster. I've personally seen one.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will we see a Rougarou versus Gil tonight in a battle?
Gil.
A fight?
Gil. Gil's undefeated. He's like Mike Tyson pre-Buster Douglas. He's
Untouchable?
Just untouchable. All right. We'll just bump it out, but we'll do starting lineups here in about... we got 20 minutes to go, so you guys can watch people tamp. We don't care that there's a huge front end.
This is the most important part of the game, though.
Yeah, we just do pregame. We got our lineups ready, and it looks like a nice night in Smokey Joe. How you feeling, Dutch?
I'm good. I got some pizza just now, so I'm full. Some Boss's pizza while you're
Got
at it.
our lineups, and thanks for tuning in. Shout out to ATG. ATG 164 is out, right?
Correct.
164.
Go check it out if you haven't. Also, MLB Hat Billy with his new video.
Yep, and we're supposed to come up with, we're taking suggestions. We're coming up with, we have to come up with random forgotten baseball players. A baseball player you've forgotten about. I don't want to tease mine right now because I'm pretty sure I'm going with it. I got to research him a little bit.
I'm not going to tell you until the day of when we list our names together. That's when I'll tell you.
Well, let's do it on, let's do it Wednesday's game.
Okay.
Because you're going to be here Wednesday.
Correct.
We'll reveal our secret baseball players for MLB Hot Billy on Wednesday. And Lewis will be here. Lewis is getting inducted into the PBA Pro Bowling Hall of Fame again. I think there's a dinner party. All right. We'll see you in a few minutes, folks. Chill out.
Oh, I guess they're local base.
Second from Nicholls State University, designated hitter number 8, Garrett Felix. Batting third from Texas State University, playing third base, number 46, Alex Gonzalez. Batting fourth, playing first base from Union College, number 19, Luke Powell. Batting fifth, playing right field from Harding University, number 22, Xavier Arias. Batting sixth, playing shortstop from the University of Texas, San Antonio, number 3, Preston Freeman. Batting seventh, made his debut from Nicholls State University, playing catcher, number 47, Jaden Kalura. Batting eighth, playing second base from North Central Texas College, number 40, Adrian Guerrero. Batting ninth, playing center field from Abilene Christian University, number 39, Holton Rook. In at the mound for the Blue Monsters from Odessa College, number 37, Riley Kettner. Head coach of the Blue Monsters, Tony Perez, assistant coach Nick Palacios, and Caleb LeClaire. And joining the Blue Monsters on the field is the Lavernia Bears. Let's hear for the Lavernia Bears. Now please stand and remain standing for tonight's national anthem. Let's play ball. Let's hear it one more time for the Lavernia Bears.
All right, we got Dutch on there, bud. Get my mic over here. Welcome to another edition of Seguin River Monsters Baseball. Beautiful rendition of greatest song of all time. The old Stars and Stripes. Somebody crossed a beach covered with machine gun fire. So we have the freedoms we have today to play some baseball, folks. Get you a little bumper music right there. Just chill it out. Get ready for some starting lineups. Here's who I've got. Rouge in town. Fictional beast or not, I tend to believe it's real.
It is real. I've seen it.
Dutch has seen it.
Correct.
I thought I saw it one time. I might have been with you, but I was running for my life.
I was down there on the LSU campus one time for a visit, and something came out of the woods and kind of tried to get me.
That's where I saw it as well.
Yeah.
Alex Box Stadium, late
Correct.
at night.
Correct.
Don't be alone.
Well, I went out to my car to get something, and I almost didn't come back. I'll say that.
Shout out to the Baton Rouge broadcast team. One brotherhood and sisterhood, as it were, in the PC times of people in the broadcast booth trying to get it done. We're unprofessional, but we love baseball. So here it goes. TJ Grimes leading it off for Baton Rouge, playing left field. 2-hole Will Safford, their second baseman. 3-hole leading the league in average, Josh Shelley. He's their shortstop. 4-hole Daryl Moore Jr., legendary Rougarou, as I say. He's playing center. 5-hole is Mo Little. He's playing right tonight. Batting 6th, playing third base is Brady McGee. Batting 7th, DH is Sully Stringer. Batting 8th, playing first base is Austin O'Malley. Batting 9-hole, Trevor Durr is behind the plate as the catcher. On the mound today is William Tarpley for your visitor Rougarous. The battery you have going is Riley Kettner's pitching to our new addition, our catcher, Jaden Kalura. We picked up a couple guys from Nicholls State. Excited to have them there. The Tuscaloosa Regional, Nicholls State was. Had a heck of a season. So, TJ Grinds, left fielder for Baton Rouge, going to start us up. Let's see what he looks like. Nice. Riley Kettner. I'm calling that strike one, but it's not. 1-0.
It was a strike.
Riley Kettner, Odessa College from Lubbock, Texas, 6'2", 195. Has what I would call a windup, 2-0. A lot of these guys, everybody's out of the stretch, nobody on. He's got somewhat of a windup. I wish he'd do a little bit of windmill with his arm, Dutch, you know what I'm saying? Satchel Paige style.
One of the greatest facing stances of all time.
Right? Over the head, windmill a couple times.
I think doing that also messes with the batters.
That's right. I think windup is deceptive.
Yeah.
There we go. 2-1. 2-1 to TJ Grinds.
If I remember correctly, our first video together, you were throwing the Satchel Paige out there.
That's what you got to do. You got to wind up. Look at Nasty Nestor for the Yankees. He's got all kinds of weird stuff going on with his leg kick. Deceive that batter.
Nobody is as good as Mitch Williams was, though, from the Phillies.
Jams him to third. Up with it and on to first. Easy play. Let's make sure we get it because we got a different third baseman tonight. At third, that's going to be Alex Gonzalez. Actually, he played third base the other night against Rougarous and did play very good from Texas State. So, Alex Gonzalez over to Luke Powell's at first. 1 down. Put that in my book. Might be a good idea if I can find a pencil.
You got to be prepared.
It's a 5-3. Will Safford. For the longest time, I was like, I bet this guy's the son of a guy I played with, but then I noticed it wasn't Will Stafford. It was Will Safford.
I totally thought it was Stafford.
No, I played with a Will Stafford. I was like, I bet this is his son because he was from Louisiana. And he went to my JUCO in Cali.
Okay.
And then finished up with the Raging Cajuns.
Maybe this guy was embarrassed of his family and took off the tee.
Took the tee off?
Yeah.
Here's the funniest thing about Will Stafford. So I was at South Alabama. We were playing the Raging Cajuns in Lafayette. And bounce to first. Luke Powell stays down on it, and he'll get one unassisted for the second out.
The only thing I know about Raging Cajun College is that back in the day, that was an easy win for the Longhorns, like when you played them.
Yeah. So Will Stafford hits a bomb, and they got like pine trees, like piney woods. Hits a bomb way up, no doubter. And we're all kind of like watching the ball. And he pimps it so hard that when we look down, he has like trotted all the way over by us, like the first base dugout. He's like a foot from our dugout. He's nowhere near the baseline. And then he starts his trot. It's classic.
As you should, man.
Tip of the cap, Will Stafford, one of the greatest home run pimps of all time. Josh Shelley, leading the league in many categories, the shortstop for the Rougarous. 0-1. Breaking pitch right there from Riley Kettner, right down the heart of the plate, but we're not going to call that a strike because I'm biased. I got to stop that. I'm not down there. I can't see. I got to look at the center field cam. Honestly, it's 1-1. I thought that was a good breaking ball. Shot out to right, but playing it perfectly, I believe, is Xavier Arias is run right tonight. It is. Xavier Arias playing right field tonight. Snares that, and he does play shallow, and I love that about him. Stole a hit right there. F9, 1-2-3 for Riley Kettner. And we'll bump it out. Bottom one.
Dude, I love this name right here. Calvin up front.
Zach Henry's going to lead it off for us. Will Tarpley. Big man. 6'3", 210, Dutch.
That's a big guy.
6'3", 210. Let me get our volume up a little bit. The gain up. Mr. Henry. From the left side, Tarpley right over the top. Misses 1-0.
That was a ball, so that was the right call.
Mr. Henry got a little brief interview with him before the game because he was an offensive juggernaut for UT Arlington Mavericks. Bounces it to short. Up with it is Shelley and across, and the speedy Henry's out by a step. 6'3". But he's been dealing with injuries. That's what it is.
Otherwise, he would have got there. No problem,
Well,
right?
it's in his shoulder and labrum, so that's what he's dealing with right there. Garrett Felix, first eyes on Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix also, along with our catcher, Jaden Kalura, new rivals from Nicholls State, who made the dance this year in Tuscaloosa. Inside ball one. Breaking ball for a strike. Did you catch any of the super regionals or regionals this there, Dutch?
No, sir.
College World Series.
I
is
kept up with it like on the
set.
internet and stuff, but I didn't watch it. I don't have cable, so I can't get any of the games.
Hit hard. Right at Daryl Moore.
I still listen to my Rays games on the radio, man.
Old school right there.
I honestly love radio. I love sports radio. You know, to me, it's just more entertaining than watching it on TV.
So Oral Roberts was probably the biggest Cinderella that made it. They took out Oregon.
Was it Oregon a top team?
No, but I think they're a name, so to speak.
Yeah.
But Oral Roberts looks real good as Alex Gonzalez steps in. 3-hole batter tonight.
You know what was awesome was Tulane, because Tulane was terrible. But they
Yeah, Tulane, but they won that conference tournament.
Yeah.
That was great.
Because didn't they only have like 10 wins or something?
I think they were like 19-40.
Yeah, it was
Something
crazy.
like that
was
when
nuts.
I saw it.
They did their job, though. They got in.
1-1 to Mr. Gonzalez. Got a couple gentlemen from, let's see, here we go.
So these guys from Louisiana, I'm pretty sure they battled the rig release once or twice in their life.
Oh, yeah, you got...
Throwing out there.
Nope.
Can't escape it.
It's at 1-2 to Mr. Gonzalez. So I think there's a couple games today that are going to determine the last two teams. If I'm looking at this right. So far, TCU punched the ticket. LSU, Oral Roberts. I watched the Wake Forest game. And Florida and Virginia are going to be going to Omaha. Bounced. And that could be. That almost stayed fair for a second. So Gonzalez still alive. Full count.
I say we give him the fair ball. He's safe. Why not?
And I think it's going to be. No. We don't need. I don't need super regionals anymore. Oh.
See,
Tarpley, a full wine guy. Love to see it. Made no secrets. Don't like all this stretch pitching. Bounced up the middle, rolled off the mound funny, which kind of gave it a step towards the second baseman. And the play is made. Gonzalez down 4-3, and both Stirs and Bergeru go 1-2-3, and we'll go to the top of the second.
10,000 feet. Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Like a rubber man. I live in motion. Land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along for some fun. Ha. I drive a light, and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic.
All right, we're back. Some Sturgis baseball. Riley Kettner getting after it. First inning whizzed by. The other remaining teams are going to be Tennessee and Southern Miss are going at it tonight. That'll determine the last spot. And then you've got the Longhorns versus Stanford, both perennial baseball powers. Riley Kettner looks in, takes the sign from Mr. Kalura. Getting to know each other. First time pitcher-catcher probably throw to each other and get it figured out. The batter will be Mr. Daryl Moore Jr.
Wasn't this guy with him last year?
He was. That's why I say he's a legendary Rougarou. He was a tremendous athlete last year, and he's near the top of the leagues in averaging a number of things as well this year.
I'm pretty sure
Rougarou's
he's welcome to play anytime he's eligible.
lucky to have him back. 1-2 from Kettner. You've got that good eye, Dutch. If you get your hands on Daryl Moore Jr., you don't let him go.
No. You do whatever he wants.
Fouls it off.
They're like,
Run the bases he can field.
they're like, technically we can't pay you, but
Maybe they got like an NAL contract. For all we know, Daryl Moore Jr. is doing commercials for a car dealership. Baton Rouge.
I think
That'd be a
that's
good
what
idea.
I think I saw him on TV on there one time for a commercial.
Just a bit outside, 2-2.
He's like, come on down to the pawn shop.
We got Louis Solis back in the house on the switchboard. We're talking about, like, I can adjust the center field cam shot. I used to get real close up, but now I kind of like blow it out so we can see how all our antics in the press box. This is Louis Solis right here. I can point to him. It's a legend. That's going to show up on YouTube right there. Kettner misses outside. Do not want to put Daryl Moore on to lead off an inning. Can we strand him? Because he's probably running. This is the fun part, Dutch, right? So we get to see new catcher, probably on notice. Daryl Moore Jr. is running, but Jaden Kalura, sophomore catcher from Hammond, Louisiana, get a chance maybe to gun down. And I want to say Logan Stockton or somebody actually got him the other day. I know they got him at third. Logan got him at stealing third the other night. But that was a good job right there by Kettner. Got to keep Mr. Moore close.
They definitely know he's Rockets.
Right fielder, Moselle Little, the third.
That's why you call this guy Rockets, man. Look at he has speed, dude.
There he goes. So pretty decent jump. Pretty good throw, but too good of a jump by Daryl Moore Jr. So he was in the stolen base. Could have set your clock by it. And
oh, by the way,
yes, sir.
Mr. Hat Billy himself is watching the game. He's like, "What's up?"
Jake Whalen, you're a legend. MILB Hot Billy.
We're doing pretty good.
I don't know if we can
sir.
throw that little graphic in the corner, but if you're a baseball fan and you want some awesome baseball content, go check out. There goes Moore for third, and it's fouled off.
Let me say this: if you want to know the history of batting helmets and home run derby, those are the two recent videos. I'd say go watch them.
He's awesome. It's
they're
awesome.
interesting. I never thought I would be interested in a video about what do you call it, batting helmets, but I was like, you know what, this is cool.
I'm telling you, he puts together really good videos on baseball history and all kinds of baseball stuff.
Correct.
So check out MILB Hat Billy for
That's why we love
sure.
him.
Daryl Moore going for Ricky Henderson triple right there. Steals second, stealing third. Is Moselle Little squares. That was an interesting big move. So Kettner kind of does like I think it was like a quick spin move, but Adrian Guerrero was like nowhere near, so he just threw it to him at second base.
Oh, they're going for the bunt now, I see.
Yeah, a little small ball. Little squares to bunt, fouls it off.
I mean, with 0 outs, it's a perfect time to do it.
Adrian Guerrero's a heck of a ball player. He's playing second, but yeah, Kettner just spins and then basically throws it to the second baseman at his position, like 15 feet off the bag.
That was like the slowest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think there's any threat of a balk. You don't have to throw it, but just winged it out to him. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Honestly, right, this is the one where if you do the inside move and Freeman just breaks behind, if he breaks behind Darryl Moore Jr. on an inside move, I think you got him. He's asking for it. He wants you to pick. Fouled off by Mo Little. 2s. Situationally, Moselle is trying to go to the right side. So you got Adrian. Ooh. That's a good pitch by Kettner, honestly, because he's coming in on Moselle Little's hands when Little is trying to push the ball to the right side to move Darryl Moore Jr. Anything to the right side is as good as a sacrifice. And especially with Guerrero crashing at second, but he grounds it through the hole. That'll be a hit, and Moore is on his horse, and there's going to be a throw. Oh, maybe not. Darryl Moore too fast. RBI single for Mo Little.
They have a cool little chant going on over there near Wave Dugout. The Rouge, they have a cool chant going on.
Oh. All my best attempts to provide shade on the GoPro have failed. Look at the umbrella over there.
Luckily, the sun's somewhat down now.
It's kind of down, so hopefully that doesn't overheat. But those little transmitters get so hot.
I mean, GoPros have they're known for getting hot for no reason.
The GoPro. So.
But I still love GoPro.
That camera might go down. No, Moselle Little off to the races.
They have another Rockets on their team, dude. Their whole team is full of
Brady
speedsters.
McGee, your third baseman, fouls the first pitch off while Mo Little makes a break for second. Mr. Kalura is going to have his chances tonight. I recall last year the Rougarous were free runners.
Yeah.
Just off to the races pretty much. I don't know if they just do like you have the green light sort of thing, or they're just called. I'm certain some guys have the green light, but
I think when they look for people for their team, they look at their 40 time and they're like, you're fast, you're on the team.
Well, from last year, Darryl Moore
run.
Jr. is certainly green light all the time. Good pick move. I think they got him. Nice. Riley Kettner putting a damper on the party of running. Picks off. That's always huge. One down. Picks him off. It's like a turnover. It's huge statistically when you could take away a base runner.
Now the pitcher can focus on the batter.
One down now. To Mr. McGee. 0-2 now. It's a nice move by Mr. Riley Kettner right there. Like it. Fastball up ahead in the count. Challenge him. Mr. McGee, utility freshman out of Lawrence, Mississippi, East Central College.
Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Afro Man.
Is that where he's from?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that. Twos now. Kettner from the full line. Way outside. Pulled it a little bit. To go look back at my book, see what Mr. McGee on base a couple of times on Friday. Fastball hit foul. We'll do it again with 1 down. Got some nice sound effects this year. We got the Jaws. River monsters are not to be taken lightly. It's all fun and games till your leg gets bitten off in the Guadalupe River.
I've had it happen.
Well, you're prosthetic. You can't even tell.
Yeah, they sewed another leg on.
Nice. Medical sciences these days are absolutely phenomenal.
You wouldn't even know I got my leg bit off either.
All right. I am going to tease some as we go line, but right at Mr. Guerrero. 2 down. Nice play, Adrian Guerrero.
What are you going to tease, sir? Please inform everyone.
Well, I was looking through the rule book. I was looking
Okay.
through. I got my 2023 MLB rule book that's being handed to me by Mr. Solis. And there's some fun stuff in there, which I'll get to after we announce Mr. Solis Stringer, the designated hitter tonight, 2 down.
Jerry Springer's son.
Solis Stringer. So if you go through the rule book, which probably I need to do every year, I forget stuff.
Every year those books become outdated as soon as you buy it.
Well, MLB's coming up with gets the corner. Nice pitch, Riley Kettner. Because, I cursed it. I was like, it's the most disgusting piece of literature I've ever read. Similar to Conrad's Heart of Darkness.
Here's my question. So
Bounced up the middle, gets the candy hop, does Preston Freeman, and makes a running play like Jeter.
Here's my question for you.
Yes, sir.
You know how they have like town meetings and town hall stuff?
Yeah,
They should have that. They should have that for MLB rules, like an open forum for people to come in.
they should have that.
Be like, look, we think your rules on this is stupid. Can we like at least look at changing it?
Nah, yeah, I'm in a 100% in agreement with you there. But yeah, the rule book I'm not a fan of. They've done some really weird stuff in here. But here's the rule. So the pitchers, the rubber. Guess what it's called, right? Did you hear that little trivia question?
You talking about the pitching mound?
Yeah, the pitcher. It's called the pitcher's plate.
I did not know that.
It's called the pitcher's plate per the rule book. Home plate is not home plate. It's home base.
makes
Is the
sense.
nomenclature. But let me read this rule to you. Let me read this rule here.
I don't care what the rule book says. That's home plates.
And then I'll tease everybody to look up a baseball player by the name of Pud Galvin. And Pud, because I think his nickname was from pudding. He turned the batters into pudding.
Ooh, I like that.
Or he ate a lot of pudding. But here's the rule.
So do they call him pudding? Hey, pudding.
Yeah. Pud Galvin. No player shall intentionally discolor or damage the ball by rubbing it with soil, rosin, paraffin, licorice, my friend, sandpaper, emery paper, or other foreign substance. This is Rule 3.01, the ball. And I'll get to Pud Galvin for those who want to Google him at home. We're here, bottom of 2. Yep, he's on it. Luke Powell going to start us off, cleanup batter. Luke's playing first tonight. Mr. Tarpley delivers. Oh, I'm good, bud. I'm all right. Sit me down. I feel like I'm Ad Rock, playing the stadium in Miami. I was standing up with the mic. It felt good. 0-1 fouled off.
I would say Ad Rock is a good guy to feel like.
It's like you're just standing up with a microphone in your hand. You feel awesome.
Yeah, a lot of professionals. That's what they kind of do sometimes. They stand
You
up.
just got to stand up
Yeah.
sometimes announcing the ball game. I like it.
If I remember correctly, I think Troy
checked.
Aikman.
I think he held up.
I think Troy Aikman in NFL does. I think he stands and
He
calls
stands the
game.
entire game. You're just
Yeah.
so excited about the sport.
He like watches like a monitor.
So Powell does check that swing on Tarpley's offering. Fastball up. Ooh,
nice grab
almost
there.
gets it by. Got in his hands a little bit, but I think he brought his hands in and got a lot of barrel on that. Almost shot it over the third baseman. But who is that? That's Mr. Brady McGee going slightly up a ladder. Maybe a step stool to get that one, not up a ladder. So line out, 5, 1 down. And here is Mr. Xavier Arias. Mr. Arias in right field tonight. Made a good play on a Shelley drive out there. Plays a shallower outfield, which I like. I think he steals it. Ooh, he hits it hard. Going back is Moselle Little at the track, and he makes the catch. But if you can see the flag, he's driving that into the Smokey Joe prevailing winds, which tend to blow from left to right, but almost gets out of here.
And once again, this guy has the coolest walk-up song of all time, dude.
Yep.
Paper Planes by MIA.
Preston Freeman, UTSA red shirt. Also near the top of the league in average. We don't have the advanced sabermetrics. I think we could probably crunch him out, but hitting over 300, I think. Good contact. There's a breaking ball. Shoots it to the shortstop. Shelley picks it up, throws it across, and again, we're going 1-2-3s and 1-2-3s. So that does it.
Moving right along, though. Sorry, third
And
inning.
we'll just go to some bump music while everybody contemplates Pud Galvin. Pud Galvin.
Musical chairs.
All right. Let's get some tunage. All right. And we're back. Kind of a combative episode of Musical Chairs tonight.
It gets brutal, dude.
A couple little leaguers out there going after it. I like the fire. Nobody got shanked. Austin O'Malley. Austin O'Malley, your first baseman, leading it off for the Rougarou. Hold on to a
This guy's
1-0
6'3".
lead.
That's where he's like
he's a-
6'5" or something.
He looks massive.
Yeah. He looks like he's like 6'7" out there. Like you look,
Kettner gets him to swing through.
look at this guy. Like there's no way he's 6'3". He looks like 6'7". I swear to God, he's tall. You know what I mean? He looks like a grown man.
Bounces it over to third. Gonzalez gloves it, throws across.
Got him.
Nice play all around. Kind of snow-coned it, but you get some funny hots at Smokey Joe, so good D. Would you say Austin O'Malley, if he came up to you, Dutch, and was like, you have my lunch money, would you give it to him?
I would say, yes, sir. How much you need? How much you want?
I don't think Austin O'Malley would do that. I think he's a nice guy. But if he did,
I'd give him my debit
in
card.
a theoretical
just
another
take it.
dimension, I'd be like, yes, here it is.
In fact, I would give him my lunch for the rest of the school year. No arguments.
Trevor Durr.
Take it.
Trevor Durr is your batter for the Rougarou.
With a name like O'Malley, though, I expect him to hand me a shot of whiskey.
6'2 sophomore, Pelican, Louisiana, John Melvin University. Shoots it out to right. That's going to drop in for a hit. Could be extras. Over on to Zach Henry. Comes up, and right there is a one-out double by Trevor Durr. So first pitch hunting is Durr. Man aboard, and we're back to the top of the order with TJ Grinds from Alexandria. Lurleen B. Wallace Community College. Freshman.
It was like a shot.
Kettner out of the stretch.
He's got the old school batting style, no gloves, no protections.
It's hardcore. 1-0. Any of those gloves? What's that? Tucker from the Stros. He's no gloves. Some guys just like it. You get a better feel for the bat. Checks the runner. Outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch. Talked a little bit to Nick Palacios before the game on managing the pitching staff and how he's handled that thus far in the season. Breaking ball in the dirt. Did he go? No. They're saying no. 2-1, and Nick Palacios has done a great job with that. But you have to get guys work. Some guys we only have on the Stirs for like a month, so you use them to get your innings. Does keep a pitch count. You don't want to overthrow guys, starters and mid-relief guys between 40 to 60 pitches. Bounced, huge hop. Preston Freeman takes on the short hop and guns it to first. Nice play.
A lot of these guys have been pitching like 4 innings at the most.
That's a difficult hop for Preston Freeman. He was charged it, but he could see he wasn't going to get it on the huge hop. So he had to take the short hop. Nice play. TJ Grinds out 6-3, but Durr goes to third, 2 down. Will Safford, second baseman. 2 outs, runner on third. Kettner deals. Line drive base hit. That'll score the run. Arias over to get it, and it gets by him. Safford's going to go to second on the throw, and he's in. So single and an error. These guys are first pitch swinging right now. So Durr scores. That's a 2-zip ball game. It was a concerted effort by the Rouge to go after the first pitch with Kettner, but that's what they're doing. So single and an error.
They're definitely like, yeah, you're not going to beat us 11-0 again.
Not going deep in the count. And up to Mr. Shelley, who shot one out to right. But as you can see, Arias and Holden Rook not trying to give up singles. I think they're fast enough to go back on the ball. Safford bluffs. Goes nowhere. Bounce. Good pick there by Mr. Kalura.
Well,
1-0.
it looks like they're not going to get shut down again, that's for sure. They're like, nope. Because then they got beat last night, right? 11-0?
On Friday,
Yeah, Friday.
It was very lopsided, I'm happy to say. Bluff again
Not tonight.
from Mr. Safford. 1-1 to Shelley.
Dude, my days get so mixed up all the time.
Oh, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's a blur in the summer.
I thought Friday was like yesterday. I was like,
Kids
wait
are
a
out of
minute,
school.
It's Monday.
Madness.
You know what I mean?
How can you keep track?
All I know is I had to get up and drive to your house today. So I was like, I don't know what day it is, but I just know I have to be there.
Good fastball, but it's too high for Shelley to chase it. 2-1. I like Kettner's stuff. I don't know the exact repertoire, but good fastball. And he is trying to elevate. Breaking stuff down. Inside move, not a bad idea, frankly, with the way the Rougarous are jumping around on second. And Adrian Guerrero lurking close enough to make a play if there's a pick there. Bounced by Shelley. Gets the count back even, 2-2.
I think there's a new rule, right? 2 strikes, you get a foul ball, you're out.
We can make up rules. MLB rule committees is.
I think whenever you go to a home, the home team can make up the rules as they want. So
I can pretty safely say I don't think there's a whole lot of pre-thought done by the MLB on their rules.
correct.
Maybe about 4 minutes. bounces it off
See?
himself, does Shelley. Still
That's it.
twos.
That's a 2-strike foul. He's out. They'll sit him down.
I feel like a lot of the MLB rules thought process might have been like one guy in the coffee room, like, you know what, I got an idea. And then 4 minutes later, it's like a rule going to like the winter meetings.
They just
Like,
listen,
it's a good idea. Let's try it.
they listen to the assistant, the guy that,
He was like an intern.
yeah.
Oh, nice breaking ball by Kettner, and he gets Shelley. Shelley's a tough out, so tip the cap to Kettner on the nasty K. And we'll go to the bottom of 3, folks. Oh. And we're back. Back to the bottom of the 3rd. Here it is. First look at Jaden Calora. We have seen Garrett Felix bat in the 2-hole. And now Mr. Calora. Nicholls State won the conference tournament and went to the Tuscaloosa regional, which Alabama won. For those of you keeping track, Alabama had a potential gambling. I haven't heard much what happened with that gambling thing, but I know their head coach was relieved of duties. And there were rumors that there was gambling involved. It was like the FBI. I don't know what happened in Alabama. But sounds like a fun scandal to read about. And the players carried on and made the regional and
What's
won
wrong?
the regional.
What's wrong with a little gambling? I don't.
Nice.
Seems like
Gotta
a lot of
tip your
coaches
cap.
can't listen
So
to rules.
you're not going to hit. I don't want to hit that if I'm the batter. It's a good take by Calora. 1-2 now. Bounces at 2s. Sometimes in a 1-1 count, you just got to tip your cap to pitcher. Like, I ain't hitting that. Will Tarpley. Mr. Tarpley from Pinson, Alabama. The Calora breaking ball
There we
hit, but got in on the hands. So right to, I think it was Brady McGee. Nope. That's Will Safford playing second. Gets in on the hands of the breaking ball. And Calora lines softly out to Mr. Safford. 1 down. That brings up Adrian Guerrero. To say he's a broadcaster's favorite. Guerrero tends to do good things when he's in the ball game. That's what I'd say.
I wouldn't argue. That's for sure.
Give you good AB and good base running. Drives it right up the middle. Knocks down Tarpley. Say hello.
That was nice.
That's what Adrian Guerrero does. It's not a hit, but Tarpley, pure self-defense and reflex, gets the put out. 2 down as Guerrero drives it right back up the middle.
This guy still has
Tarpley.
my favorite walk-up
Yep.
stance.
Mr. Rook.
He gets outside the batter's box and does that little shake thing he does.
Mr. Rook from the Woodlands takes fastball inside. I couldn't recall the name because you know who's from the Woodlands is Chase King of UTSA, who we got a chance to talk to. Oh, I believe Mr. Kings from the Woodlands. A man who should have probably been drafted, but since they contracted the draft, he's working a corporate job now. Best of luck to Chase King. Big breaking ball misses badly. Doesn't get on top of it. 1 and 2 to Mr. Rook. I know Mr. Rook's probably heard every chess joke and analogy that could be applied to sports at this point in time in his career, so I won't do it. I might do it. I
What?
thought about it on the drive.
Doing what?
Well, Holden Rook. Any sort of chess analogy or metaphor for his last name is applied to baseball. Yeah.
I'm sure you can definitely think of one if you sat down.
Oh,
You could definitely.
I've got
come
one
up with a
loaded.
few. Yeah.
but I'm trying to hold back on it.
Just use them all.
Probably
dude.
heard them all.
Unload them all.
Shot
at
into the
once.
gap, but it's kind of high. Under it is the right fielder, and I think Moselle Little makes the catch. Yep, Moselle Little under it for the final out. And that'll do it for 3, folks. Moving right through the game. 2-0. Rouge presently on top. All right, and we're back.
Keep it playing, dude. Don't even turn it off.
Top of
While they're batting.
4, moving along. Daryl Moore Jr. led off the top of the second with a base on balls and tried to turn that into Ricky Henderson triple, but he did steal second and then scored on the Moselle Little single.
This guy's Ricky Henderson Jr. right here, dude. Like, it's a-
Bounced it, but right at Luke Powell. Be 1 unassisted. Happily get Daryl Moore Jr. off the base pass. 1 down. Rolled him over. Kettner gets him out in front of off speed, and Moselle Little, Mo Little, made the last out. Fly ball.
If you remember, the Rays had a pretty
Last-
good base stealer back in the day called Crawford. That man could steal.
Crawford was a ball player, man.
He was fast.
Guy
Man.
got a massive contract. Was it from the Red Sox?
Yeah, the Red Sox.
Nice slide piece there from Kettner.
But unfortunately, those
Strike
injuries
1.
kind of did not help him. Then he
Yeah, because like buying him away from the Rays,
Went, then he
another
went
breaker.
to the Dodgers after that. And that
Yeah.
didn't-
But his years with the Rays, insanely productive. I'd have to go back and look at his WAR, honestly. But he was
I mean,
elite.
I don't think you need stats to know that guy was a stud, man.
Kettner staying off speed stuff with Little. 2-1.
If you're talking about a wins above replacement, it was probably like double digits or negative. whatever.
Bounced into the hole. That'll be a hit. There's no chance there. So hit hard in the 5-6 hole. And Little's on 2 singles. Did get picked off last time. I think he bluffed a run, and McGee fouled off the first pitch. So I don't know if that was a hit and run or just a green light. But then he was kind of getting a pretty healthy lead and got picked off by Kettner in the second. So here's Brady McGee. Brady McGee lined out in the second. And again, Little with a very healthy lead. It's like the pride thing, like you're not going to pick me off again. I've
Yeah.
seen dudes get picked off again, trying to like prove that exact point. Let's hope Kettner can do it.
They slip up.
Because I
man.
think he is going to run.
Yeah, he's definitely going to run.
One down. Seems like a running situation. Ooh. I like what Kettner's doing. You got to keep him close. Give your catcher a chance. Kalura appreciates it. I know that. Brady McGee getting the sign from third. The Rouge are up to something like a hit and run. Big hole on the right side. Little holds. And it's 1-0. Fireworks night. 11-zip win. I don't know if it was 12. I think it was just 11. I'm going to go back and look.
It was
Maybe
11.
Was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, 11-zip. Great pitching. There goes Little, and good pitch to throw on. And they got him. Nice. Mr. Jaden Kalura guns him down. So picked and thrown out. Those are huge swings to keep this a 2-run ball game. Getting that out and erasing the runner is so big.
They threw him out twice, man. Like you said, he was trying.
Erasing runners, man. That's huge right there. Nice throw, Jaden Kalura.
Played too close to the sun, my friend. He got
I mean, it could have gone either way, but the throw was so on the money, and the tags is just grab it and put it down wherever the body is. Got him right in the ribs on the tag. So nice piece of tag in there from Adrian Guerrero, and got a 2-2 count. Let's see what we get out of this.
2-2, huh?
Twos to Mr. McGee. Playing
2
third
outs,
base for
2
your
strikes,
Rougarous.
2 balls.
Kettner gets him to bounce it. They're calling that a foul ball. Very close. If I'm an ump, I mess up that call probably.
I almost thought that was fair.
I don't know if it bounces over the bag and he kind of grabbed it before it bounced foul, but I don't know if it bounced foul before it went over the bag. I couldn't see where it bounced. We'll go with that.
Sometimes this net kind of gets in your eyesight. You can't tell.
And I'm also legally blind. I don't know when they're going to take away my driver's license, but they should.
Well, they're going to have Liam drive, I think, right? Next year, starting next year?
Yeah, speaking of legally blind, are you familiar with Tony Canigliaro?
No.
If I'm saying his last name right, bounced foul. So this all has to do with Juan Soto and my level 2 Saber metric certification I'm doing with the Saber.
Correct.
So I have to write a assessment of Juan Soto and come up with a long-term deal offer. Bounce to shortstop. Up with it is Freeman. What a play on the run. Slings it over. Preston Freeman, you are my hero. That was awesome. 6-3. I'll finish that thought later.
10,000 feet. I gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. You like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I drive a light and I don't bite. somewhere got history.
All right, back to the top of the order, Zach Henry. And I think it would be apropos of us to just try to jinx Mr. Tarpley just throwing a no-hitter right now. 1, 2, 3 through 3.
So he hasn't giving up a hit or
No
run
hits.
all
Sturs
day?
have no hits.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Sturs have no hits right now.
You know how they say don't talk about it? Well, that's why we're talking about it. 'Cause,
Well, we're trying to get a hit is what we're trying to do here, folks, for the Sturs. So this is going to go back to talking about hitters' eyesight, which I think is kind of a crazy, interesting story. And also maybe somewhat related because Mr. Henry is coming back off injuries. But the reason I started looking at Tony Canigliaro is because I'm trying to come up with a long-term offer for Juan Soto. Juan Soto's getting paid $23 million by the San Diego Padres, and he actually has 1 year, one more year before he's an unrestricted free agent. So he'll be in arbitration again.
There are some people that say to trade him.
Well, I mean, if you look at the Padres have the third highest payroll in Major League Baseball,
Yeah.
and they got like Tatis's long-term. I think Cronenworth just signed a seven-year. You got Xander Bogaerts' long-term. Like, they have some humongous contracts.
Blake
so the
Snell,
idea,
maybe?
Snell's an unrestricted free agent next year.
Go back to Tampa. That'd be fun.
So Tarpley 3-1 to Henry.
It's nice.
Driven out to right, and oh my gosh, did he get it?
He gloved it, man.
Oh, Mr. Grinds, I think.
Shout out to him, though. That's a good
TJ
catch.
Grinds
Great
leaving
catch.
it all on the field, lays out and gloves it with the barrel roll, keeping a no-no intact.
It was a great
Wow.
catch, but at the same time, not what I wanted to see.
Not what I want to see. I thought that was going to break it up. One down. So, yeah, the Padres have massive contracts. I think, and you got Machado's a huge contract.
Yeah.
So,
They've got
the
some
Padres are
decisions.
kind of interesting. So if you're trying to, like, structure a long-term deal for Soto, you're trying to look at his past performance, fouled off by Mr. Felix.
So you have to compare him to the other players, correct? Like you
Well,
have to,
there's so much you do. You look at other like comparables because like he compares by age as like a 19-year-old to Tony Canigliaro. At age 20, he compares to Frank Robinson and then like Trout and Bryce Harper at 21, 22. So those are kind of interesting. But you look at like WAR numbers and all this other stuff. But I started looking at Tony Canigliaro's number, who got hit in the face with a fastball, and it really messed up his vision and like ended his career. But it didn't. He missed an entire season, and then he somehow figured out how it bounced, chopped super high by Mr. Felix, and he's hustling down the line, and they do get him at first. Huge chopper to first by Garrett Felix, but it's a 3-1, and Alex Gonzalez, our third baseman, is up. But Canigliaro, if you read his bio, he re-taught himself basically how to hit and pick up the ball like his last two seasons with like peripheral vision, which is insane. He wasn't like looking directly at the ball because he had a blind spot in his eye. Check out that dude's bio. It's insane. And he's still at like 20, 30 homers. It's crazy. But, yeah, kind of a Boston Red Sox, Massachusetts legend. But career ended to kind of a tragic life, too. But died young as well. Fouled off Alex Gonzalez. 0-2 now. Tarpley is in the zone, and we need to get him out of it.
maybe somebody go put something in the drink. What do you call that thing? The cooler?
What's the what was that? Did you see The Last Dance with Jordan, where he went to like Salt Lake and they like poisoned his pizza? We're not going to do that in Seguin, folks.
We're not gonna poison the water cooler. We're just gonna put like something that
Fastball
might
up.
slow
Good
him
take.
down, like a little NyQuil. Put him to sleep time.
No, there will be no nefariousness. I like where your head's at, but Sturs are going to do it on the up and up.
Just saying, senor. It's a thought.
Sometimes you just want to win so bad. And he rings him on the breaking ball.
No hitter
Nasty
continues.
curveball from Tarpley.
I'll be right
Does
back.
get
I'm
Gonzalez.
gonna put something in the cooler real quick.
And a no-no through 4 for Tarpley. Wow. Out of Africa playing. So Will Tarpley, no through 4. Kettner hasn't worked that hard either. He's given up a couple runs, but 2 base runners have been erased, either by pickoff or getting thrown out. Both times Mo Little. Nice breaking ball from Kettner to start off Sully Stringer.
Sully Stringer.
But he's given up 2 runs, but honestly, he hasn't labored too hard in any inning because it has been like a single and a score that nobody else gets on, or if they did, they were erased. So both pitchers throwing pretty good. You're not going to thumb your nose at only a couple runs through 4. Kettner's doing well. We just got to get something on Mr. Tarpley. Make this a ball game. 2-1 now to Sully Stringer.
Looks like he's coming back for the 5th, too, because there's nobody warming up over there in the River Rouge bullpen. So.
River Ridge, Louisiana. Mr. Stringer going to La Tech. La Tech, good baseball program. They went to the dance last year, won the Conference USA tournament against the Roadrunners. So good program there. Any given year. Full count to Stringer. He didn't like it as much. He didn't like it as much as we did, but full count now. Kettner. Bounced. So, but anyway, that's my Juan Soto homework, and it got me looking at Frank Robinson's stats, got me looking at Tony Conigliaro's stats, and interesting stuff. But yeah, I don't know if the Pod's got the money for Soto or not. Bounced, humongous chopper over the third baseman, so that's going to be a single. I guess if you barrel it, but man, oh man, massive hop over Mr. Gonzalez at third. So Sully Stringer's on with a leadoff single. Driven into the ground. We got to water that, make it softer, right?
Go for some
Make the home plate softer. Austin O'Malley, first baseman, grounded out to third his last time. Slider from Kettner up the middle, and it gets through Guerrero. Funny hop. He was almost there to glove it. Could have been 2, but it's a tough play. I think as an official score, I got to rule that a single, being up the middle. He did leave his feet, so under the rule. So back-to-back singles. O'Malley on first, Stringer on second, and this brings up Durr, who doubled. Durr doubled last time and scored.
Maybe instead of doubling this time, he'll get a double out, I think.
Get a triple play would be nice.
Yeah.
Squares, the ball's down. Rigorous working on fundamentals. Stealing, hitting, running, and now bunting, as you might. First and second, nobody down. 1-0. Gavin Milan's made one of the best bunt defense plays I've seen in a long time the other day. Fouled back by Durr.
It'll definitely be on his highlight reel. Like when they.
That was so great. He was crashing so hard. I mean, you're sacrificing your body. The guy pulls it back and does a chop, but man, got the lead out at third. It was beautiful.
I'm thinking,
Beautiful play.
can I nominate that for Play of the Year?
Can be right up there.
Like not just for Seguin, but the whole TCL, man.
I love good
Play of the year.
defensive plays, and a lot of times for the first baseman just kind of like a throwaway because he's a bat and he's not going to be a great fielder or whatever, but that was a
Yeah.
great play. Like bounced, good bunt there by Durr, and only plays to first, and Kettner makes it. So Durr does his job, as it were, and moves everybody up one down. I'll go in the books as a sack. 1-3.
It's like they're about to have a meeting here.
TJ Grinds is going to be the batter as Coach Perez comes out.
Meeting at the mound. Uh-oh.
Meeting in the mound, and that'll be it for Kettner. That's a heck of a job, frankly. Only gave up 2. He's responsible for both runners on, but threw 5 for 4 1/3. Pretty good pitching. We just got to get something on the board. We'll take a break, folks. Kettner gives away to Trevor Nanny. Trevor Nanny, one of our barrel-chested men from Shorter, man. Those are some big dudes, came from Shorter University out of Georgia.
And this dude's got some heat, man.
Dude's a
Seriously,
big
too.
dude. Heck of a guy. Heck of a nice guy. So Kettner does job. Responsible runners at second and third as Nanny, a big right-hander, comes up to face TJ Grinds, who made a diving, rolling catch in left last inning. Big, I think that's his cutter. I don't even think that was the full heat. That was popping the glove.
Was that like 75% heat?
He was
Pushing it all the way.
just easy cheese. Easy cheese. 1-0 is up.
Like when he was warming up, dude, I think the
He
catcher.
kind of looks effortless, right?
Yeah. The catcher might need a new glove after this inning. Like he's gonna wear it in.
Nanny.
That's like the coolest last name ever, Nanny.
That is. That's the slide. That's a cutter break piece right there. 2-0. If shout out to Jake out in West Virginia, MILB Hatbilly. We're intending on revealing our forgotten players of the past on the Wednesday game. Wednesday Stirs broadcast. Bounces it 3-0 now.
I'm not gonna use this player, but I was gonna use Vance Law. But Vance Law is great.
I was looking at a lot of Mariners, like Phil Bradley was pretty
Yeah.
interesting one, and Mickey Brantley. Both really cool ones, but I don't think I'm going to use those guys.
You know who I think's a forgotten player, but who was very serviceable was Mark McLemore.
McLemore was good. I want to say
Growing up, and that was one of the guys that I always remember from the Rangers was Mark McLemore.
I don't think it was McLemore. I think it was Chili Davis, but I think one of the very few baseball players. I think it was Chili Davis, one of the few baseball players from Jamaica.
Okay, cool.
But McLemore was good.
Like I remember those teams in the '90s with like Darrell Hamilton, Pudge Rodriguez.
And
You had
Grimes works the
players.
walk from Nanny.
We had Juan Gonzalez. Remember him?
Yeah, Juan
Juan Gonzalez.
gone.
He was in the home run derby one year. I think he won it actually.
So he
maybe.
got some crazy RBI numbers, I'll tell you that.
Not just-
So Grimes walks. Will Safford. Safford singled and reached on an error his last time. Bases juice force anywhere now. You got the corners are in. So Powell and Gonzalez in on the corners. Double play depth up the middle.
This guy's 5'8". He looks like I thought he kind of looks like a kid, right?
Safford. No, Safford's all man. Inside and they get him. Ooh. Oh, I think you could call him out right there. Let's get a second opinion on that, Blue. I think he got him on the shoulder and he's stepping back.
Let's go to the instant replay that we don't
I know.
have.
I was trying to set up instant replay in OBS, and there's totally a way to do it where it like records your feed, and then you just click. It'll play the last 20 seconds. But I'm technically incapable, and somehow we're missing one step to do that. So I want to know. I think maybe Kalura got him. Bounce foul. 1-1 to Safford.
You can always tell how much someone has drank by the amount of loudness they
Yeah,
are.
almost got Stringer sleeping there, did Kalura.
Get this man another beer.
Nanny. Got to force anywhere. Corners are mound. You're going back to the plate and then try to turn two back to first. Nice breaking ball. That's right. I was about to say. There's a delayed call as Kalura's kind of stumbled back into the umpire, but I was like, he's going to call that a strike right now. I was like, right over the plate. So 1-2. Nanny working back into it.
I would have walked down there myself and stood up for the Red Monsters.
Hold the umpire's arm up for him and make a fist for strike two.
Exactly.
1-2.
Like I don't want to do this, but
There's that breaking ball. He skies it. I don't think
out.
you're calling it. It's too deep. And Arias makes a catch. A nice throw. Blocked up. So huge out right there. If we are going to get out of it, was to get that second out with no run scoring. So Safford flies out to right field, but too shallow. And here's Shelley. This is, if you're the Rouge, this is the dicey situation, right? You got your best hitter. So power versus power. Nanny versus Shelley. A TCL classic matchup in the making. Ooh, breaking ball gets behind him. Kalura does good to get his glove on it and saves the run. 1-0. Wow. So breaking ball goes behind Shelley. Let's just forget about that pitch. That didn't happen. 1-0. Nanny versus Shelley.
Shelley.
Josh Shelley, the shortstop. Challenges him with a fastball. Shelley fouls it straight back. 1-1s. Out comes our bat boy, Tripp, I think is the name.
I think if we need extra batter later in the inning, you can put him in.
Yeah, I play catch with my 1925 version. my baseball glove. Play catch with Trip.
Oh, I saw that. Like before the game over there.
Yep, getting some work in. That glove's always a big hit. Old timing gloves. 1-1. And he sets. There's the breaking ball. Tries to get on the inside corner. Shelley almost tries to take it off his arm. 2-1. That's looking like a hard cutter right there, frankly. Bases juiced. 2 down. Nanny works to Shelley. Fastball. Challenged him again. Twos. Twos right here. Big spot for everybody. Stur's got to stay close. Rougarou trying to extend. TCL drama. Cut it with a knife. Oh, nasty. Freezes him. Absolutely out of the frozen section. Cauliflower pizza, frozen. Reverse K. Trevor Nanny holds the Rougarou there. Huge. We'll take a break, folks.
10,000 feet. Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city.
So Luke Powell coming up.
Mr.
Forget Charpley's no. He's throwing a perfect game by my book.
So Mr. Powell here, Mr.
Mr. Powell got a chance. This is the point
Is
where
that
I
a
was
good
like,
nickname, Mr. Pow Pow?
could be.
I like it.
Here's what I'd say. I was the type of dirty guy that would lay down a drag bunt in this situation if I had any kind of wheels. You like your perfect game? We'll see if you can get my bunt. I don't know. We got to do something to get him going. 1-0 to Powell. Third baseman's back. The drag is there for a lefty, honestly. That's what I'm saying. 2-0.
2-0.
Will Tarpley perfect through 4. And I don't think there's any way you let him go 9 based on collegiate pitch counts, but some kind of feed. Jam shot to second. Gonna have to make it fast. I don't know. For Tarpley's benefit, and even against our own guy, I don't know. You can rule out a hitter there. If you're scoring at home, bobbled by the short, but it was kind of soft. So I don't know if you're getting Powell there.
So you think he got on base on an error?
I'll let anybody. You can rule out a single. You can rule out an error. I think he probably does beat it, but then he bobbled it, so it's anybody's guess. Finally, a man aboard. Luke Powell does the magic, and now you got Xavier Arias. So, corner fastball, 0-1. But Stur's got somebody aboard, a 2-run ball game thanks to Nanny's pitching in a huge jam. Huge jam to strand those runners. 0-2 to Arias. Xavier Arias couldn't be a nicer guy. Follow him on Twitter. He's just X. Xavier's a pretty cool name, I have to say, Dutch. I don't know.
Xavier?
Go back and rename my children. I'm not sure, but it's
You can. I would. Like, hey, we're changing your name, buddy.
Mr. Xavier Arias lives up to because he's a pretty cool dude. Tarpley now, we got to see. I don't know if there's any kind of left-handed move, but the lefty with Powell on first, who can run, and tries the outside cutter off the plate. 1-2. He wanted it. Does not get it. I don't know if a pitcher's already warm, but I don't see anybody getting warm in the Rougarou bullpen. So skied again by Arias, completely barreled it. Third baseman settling under it and makes the catch, does Mr. Brady McGee. So Arias sent one to the warning track in the second, crushes that one, but sky high. It's a matter of time until Arias goes yard on that one. F5, one down.
I appreciate the Sugar Ray being
Bring up
played.
Mr. Freeman. Mr. Freeman has made a couple of brilliant, by my count, 2 or more, but definitely 2 brilliant plays at shortstop tonight on the run.
Again, I love that stance, that straight up stance.
Yeah. I don't know. You should probably like do a little post game interview because I'm always like to hear about guys the way they stand, the way they do. Some guys are like I just feel like I see the ball better, just standing up tall, gets my hands out. I don't know. But Freeman's got a great swing and a great glove. So 1-1.
It's like just interview, regardless of what happens, just interview him. Hey. I want to talk about your stance, buddy.
That's the fun thing about the TCL is kind of like following these dudes into college. And, of course, I get psyched for the UTSA guys, as you probably do for the Texas State guys.
Correct.
As Tarpley works in second strike there.
I mean, how can you not, right?
So, yeah, I mean, you can follow Alex. This is like last year with Augie Ramirez and stuff. I was watching him on ESPN. Jacking doubles against Texas. So
you can say, hey, I saw that guy went before this.
See the stirs. So Tarpley does get Freeman on a breaking ball in the dirt. 2 down. But, yeah, the Freemans and the Hector Rodriguez's, and we got a new pitcher who's just on the – and I think it's Braylon Pilot. And he's with Luke Greenlee and Jalen Lee coming from Cisco. And he's going to UTSA next year, and he's 6'5".
Oh, also, we're supposed to give a shout out to the what's his face, the catcher who's going to the new school.
Oh, absolutely. Good point.
I remember. Yeah, I didn't want to forget that.
Caden Moncarud
Yes.
just got a call before the game, and he is going to be going to Bossier Parish
So
Junior College in Shreveport.
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to him. They're getting a heck of a catcher. Bounced up the middle by Kalura.
If I remember correctly, they said
they
they
make
liked
the
his
play.
defense, right? They liked his defense, so they were like, "Come on down, man." Because he said the team he's on has a lot of catchers already, right?
All right. I think we're going to have to talk about Pud Galvin to get the Stirs to rally next inning. Talk about some slippery elm, discoloring the ball with licorice, spitballs, and performance-enhancing drugs in the 1800s. That's the tease. We'll see you next inning, folks.
I didn't catch my thing at the end, right? You didn't catch what I said at the end, right? Oh, okay. porch and be like,
All right. Daryl Moore Jr. has led off the second, the fourth, and now he leads off the sixth.
I always say ripper, like this song's a ripper, or this song's a jam.
So Dutch made a couple good points about Caden Monkerud going from West Texas A&M, where there's just too many catchers in the stable to stand out, but he is an excellent defensive catcher, and I'm excited for him at Bossier Parish Junior College. So congratulations to Caden Monkerud. Local Seguin.
It's like when your kid graduates high school, you're like, yay, congratulations.
So Nanny back on to Daryl Moore Jr., who squares and takes one.
I don't know what that was about, but
Ball high. Nanny, if you're looking for some sort of statistics with inherited runners, it doesn't get much better than what Nanny did, coming in with 2 on, second and third, 1 out, and getting out of it with no runs. Phenomenal. That's why it's a 2-run ball game. We're in this. We can keep working, get the offense going. Mr. Tarpley has proved the unsolvable Rubik's Cube with the stickers moved around. Just can't put it back together, man. Got to get to him. Powell essentially did, but we're still. Oh, and Nanny gets back to 2-2. So in the rules reading, there was a rule 3 point, I think it's 01, talks about the ball we did at the beginning of the show, or the beginning of the broadcast there. One of the things you can't discolor the ball with is licorice. And I thought there had to be a story about that, right? Like licorice, like red vines? What are we talking about?
red vines.
Discoloring the ball with licorice? I was like, there's got to be something.
Don't you ever say red vines in this house, man. It's Twizzlers.
Twizzlers? Whatever. Oh, and Nanny.
You know what's funny is red vines is a real brand.
Nanny is nasty.
'Cause there's that-
Last 2 batters have Cade.
No, red vines is actually a popular brand, but Twizzlers is where it's at.
But if
Twizzlers?
you start just Googling around trying to figure out like the old timey spitballers and the rule where that licorice thing came from, back in the day, we're talking like 1800s, turn of the century kind of stuff, as Mo Little comes up, takes a breaking ball from Nasty Nanny at the knees for strike 1. Mo Little has 2 hits on the day, but was picked off first and then caught stealing by Kalura.
I want to say, if you need a babysitter, call Nanny. Nanny got you.
Fouled off. 0-2. Nanny way ahead.
That's what he did in the last inning, man. Came in and took care of
Just
business.
absolutely lights out. But if you look at that kind of like spitball history and find articles on it, these dudes would chew bark from a tree called a slippery elm. It was so popular. The players, they're like, you could get like on the corner, but it was off. It really was. I guess you could just go to the CVS of the 1800s and get slippery elm pellets or something. But if you're a major leaguer back then, they go, no. Don't get the stuff from the drugstore. Get yourself a real live slippery elm tree and chew that bark. You'll throw a good spitball. Breaking ball, nasty, and he rings Mo Little. Nanny is mowing people down like a push mower.
I suggest
With
that we
6 blades. My goodness gracious, Nanny. Reverse K, 2 down.
I suggest we get into the tree business. Let's bring that back, man.
Bring back the slippery
Yeah.
elm.
People start chewing that stuff again.
So one of the dudes that comes up with early spitballers and this sort of stuff was a guy by the name of Pud Galvin.
Pud.
I wasn't up by much. Ball 1 to McGee. McGee tonight lined out, grounded out to short in the 4th, 0 for 2. Was Pud Galvin, and Pud Galvin was kind of crazy. If you look at his stuff, and I think this is a hilarious story. So Pud Galvin was in the 1800s, back when the sport might have been a little bit different. You're not trying to throw nasty. I don't know if it was a gentleman's game where you're just trying to lay it in there. I think there was some strategery, as they say. 2-0 pitch. And there's a strike. So 2-1 to McGee. But Galvin had an insane ERA one of those years in the 1800s when these dudes were just kind of like getting rocked, throwing in softballs. They had like a 1.7 something ERA. I don't know. Lewis in the dirt. Maybe between innings, Lewis can pull up the image. Yeah, we won't do it in game, but we got a picture of Bud Galvin. We can look at his crazy stats. But but the other crazy thing about Bud Galvin and spitballs and all this sort of chicanery back in the day, up and in count. Oh, and he walks him. Okay, I thought it was a full count. So Grimes aboard on the base on balls is, you want to talk about Barry Bonds and Balco, guess what Pud Galvin took?
What's that?
He took an elixir, which I think is awesome. I think more players should take elixirs
Elixir.
with monkey testosterone.
I like that idea.
And then he won the game. Took it before a game in the 1800s. A little bit of monkey testosterone. That sounds good.
He was a little tired before the game and wanted to wake up. So
I would love for that story, you know. Where was the commissioner? There goes the runner, and the throw is offline. McGee thinks about going, but he holds up. His rook is backing up. So stolen base for Brady McGee.
I might have ran there. Maybe.
So Sully Stringer singled last time, got stranded at third by Nanny himself, and the count is 1-0. 2 down. But I thought this was hilarious. Spitballs, licorice, slippery elm trees, and monkey testosterone. Check out Pud Galvin. Bounced foul.
That's the name. That's gonna be the name of my book when I pass away.
I mean, do they test for monkey testosterone anymore?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Probably tested for HGH, but if you want to get some elixir, just go for it. Especially if you're in like free agent year,
Right.
you know?
If
Have
you
to be an
wanna
unrestricted free agent. You're going to have that career year.
Want to get paid?
Get some monkey testosterone elixir.
You'll hit like 50 home runs and like 200 RBIs, man.
You heard it from T-Texas Tony Turnstile, Dutch Chattahoochee.
I'm a what do you call it? A supporter of it.
All right. We got ones to Sully Stringer with 2 down. Nanny from the stretch. There's that kind of nasty cut down and in. 2-1. This game moving right along. Already in top of 6. We've got to keep this game close and get our offense going. I can't imagine you're going to let Tarpley go the entire game. I think he definitely fouled off. He lost the perfect game last inning because Powell reached either hit or error, depending on how you rule with the no-no. If you're favorable, you could say he's still got the no-no.
No.
But do you let the guy? I don't know. 2-2.
The umpire. We were showcasing the umpire's skills there for a second. I was playing.
Ooh. Kind of a cue ball fouled by Stringer. 2-2. 2-2's right here.
Remember, folks, when there's 2 strikes and you hit a foul, you're out. Sit around.
Guerrero checking the runner. There's that cutter, and Stringer gets into it, but I think that's going to be foul. One hops it. Just kind of looking for it. Hung up a little bit. Long foul ball by Stringer.
Dude, honestly, I saw that. I was like, oh, no. It looked, you know.
Yeah, you can see he was out in front. It was off speed. He was looking for it, but wasn't the Anthony Rizzo where Anthony Rizzo could keep anything fair no matter how close he was to plate.
Anthony Rizzo, huh?
I don't know how that dude keeps balls fair. He's on top of the plate. Nanny to Stringer. Fastball. Trying to get it by him, and Stringer stays alive.
They're just some dudes that just know how to work the ball, man. Like how to place it and hit it wherever.
The science of hitting. We rotate around our different cameras. In the dirt. Count goes full. McGee's your runner at second. He will not be on the move as there's nobody behind him. And you never want to make third out at third. So payoff pitch coming from Nanny in the stretch to
Nanny.
There's that breaking ball, and they're not going to ring him. It was in.
They gave
Nanny
it a
starts the sword walk. Doesn't get the call. So Stringer on the base on balls down at first. And Austin O'Malley. O'Malley 1 for 2 tonight. The single reached second and stranded. First baseman tonight. Two on Guerrero. The Rougarou runners do some dicey things. I don't think anybody's going there. I don't have any issues, though, with Guerrero kind of playing up the middle on a right-hander anyway.
Yeah.
But Nanny's got good velocity, so I guess you could shoot it the other way, but inside. 1-1.
Luckily, there's already 2 outs. So
You got 2 outs. Just got to get the batter.
Yeah. Because I thought we only had 1 out. I was like, oh, here we go. But no, mind, 2 outs. So we're good.
Fastball hit hard into the gap, and that's going to get down. So McGee's going to score. It goes all the way to the wall. Both runners are going to score, and O'Malley's going to hold up at second with a 2-run double. So McGee and Stringer score on the 2-out double. Everybody was off to the races anyway. Don't have to hold.
I mean, you got to give him credit on that hit, too. I mean, that thing was nice. But
So 2-run ball game turns into a 4-run ball game.
however, the game's not over.
We
If
just
you're
got to get the offense going. That's my concern.
If you're
Trevor
watching at home,
Durr
please do not turn it off.
doubled and scored, and then had a sack bunt, a good sack bunt in the 5th to the first base side that Riley Kettner had to field. Now, Candy Hop, Adrian Guerrero, and that does it, but not before the Rougarou get 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Where the River Monsters can cook something up and get this game back even, folks. All right. Adrian Guerrero made the last out, fielding 4-3 rather last inning. And now he's going to lead us off in the bottom of 6, and we have got to get something going.
Well, we still have 4 more innings to work with, to get these 4 runs back.
It starts with the leadoff man. Tarpley still dealing. That could be trouble with the wind, but Daryl Morris Jr. is there.
I mean, these balls
And
travel. They just travel up instead of out.
kind of blowing into the booth now. Blowing straight in. Got Holden Rook on the batter. Rook flat out to right. Takes the ball down. Flat out to right in the third. 1-0. Rook runs well. I'd like to see him get on and swipe a bag. I don't know if you're stealing down by 4, but bounced hard to third. Picked by McGee and across. And 2 down. Rougarou can do no wrong tonight, it seems. 5-3. Leadoff man Henry. Henry 0 for 2, as are most of us, with Tarpley basically perfect through 4. Zach Henry can start us up. Here's a breaker. Tarpley very much over the top with his breaking ball there. I don't know if there's any scouts here tonight. I'm wondering what they're seeing from Tarpley. That's the same breaking ball, except he breaks it off at the knees and bounces in the dirt. 0-2. 2 breakers in a row. Anybody's guess. Fastball in or breaking ball away. Breaking ball, bounce to second. The play gets Henry by a step. That's Safford on the ground ball to first. And that does it. Oh, another 1-2-3. Go the Stirs. And we need some rally hats or some rally bats.
All right, fans, it's time for a good old-fashioned sack race.
So Nanny goes 1 2/3. 1 2/3. Fans 3. It gives way to James Tello.
I like the dude. This guy's pitching stance is so cool.
I do like Tello's wind.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
It kind of like when he after he like releases it, kind of like goes sideways almost off the mound.
Mr. Tello from Amarillo College from Utah. Put in some good work for the Stirs.
It's very,
Fastball up
Very old school kind of almost.
to TJ
delay.
Grinds. Yeah, it is kind of old school. It's got a little bit of a Dontrell Willis maybe in that kick. Slightly. It's a nice leg kick.
Yeah.
Because the toe is up, I think. It's like swinging up.
Yeah, it's like Dontrell, but instead of him being like a lag,
like
he's
crazy huge.
yeah.
It's just a conservative Dontrell.
Yeah.
I like it from the right side of course, but I
think
like it.
If we're maybe he'll use it, take that leg kick to the pros, man.
I like what Tello's doing. To be honest.
I like how his leg stays out like straight afterwards. It's kind of cool.
TJ Grinds.
You know what it kind of reminds me of a little?
Oh,
Is Mitch Williams kind of, but not as low, like when his knee would hit the ground.
Grinds reached in the 5th, but I didn't mark in my book where there's a single or walk. I'm trying to remember. I think he might have. I think he walked, actually, what happened there. That's when the bases were loaded and we got out of it. So 3-1 from Tello to Grinds. Good turnout on a Monday night. Usually your Friday, Saturdays, weekend stuff, but this is pretty good. We got a stock car here tonight. That thing was loud.
I couldn't hear you when you were talking earlier. When it was there.
It's hard to hear when the audio's going.
They're like, I don't.
When Nuclear Juarez is here, they got their amps turned up to 11.
Oh, as you should, man.
Yep.
You can't play low.
So full count to TJ Grinds.
Oh, by the way, I found my my recorded song that my friend I did one time, a live performance.
I like it.
I have to show it to you, buddy.
Post it. Who hangs in with the slider and shoots it way foul.
I haven't spoken to this guy in years, man, so I don't know. But it's cool, man. I showed up at his house one night. He's like, I wrote a song. So he showed me, he played it on guitar. I was like, okay, I'll follow along on bass. And I learned that song in like 5 minutes. It wasn't too difficult. But
Those are the type of songs that go viral and then you're a millionaire. Please remember me.
It was
when you have
his,
a
he
platinum
wrote
record.
the song, yeah.
Fly to shallow rights. And oh my gosh, Xavier Arias diving saves the flare hit. Honestly, he had to make that. That's a tough play for Adrian Guerrero going out on that. So Xavier Arias saves a hit right there, F9, because the wind is playing with it right now. You can feel the wind even in the booth. He's just blowing it in. Will Safford, second baseman. Mr. Safford tonight has 1 hit, 1 for 3. Tello getting the pitch.
I believe this guy's
Off
5'8",
speed.
right? Little 5'8" guy.
Safford.
Yeah, 5'8".
5'8".
But don't let the height fool you, man.
It's the beauty of baseball. Matters not.
I think Altuve's short too, right? Altuve's like tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go out there and say this guy's better than Altuve.
The mountain of a man when it comes to baseball.
That's the beauty about baseball. You could be 4 foot tall, dude. You could be a star.
Matters not. 0-2, working ahead is Tello.
But if you think about it, though, 5'8" is a pretty good sized dude, though. Like.
Fastball outside, 1-2. Tello appears to feature a couple breaking pitches, fastball, and a change by my count. There's that slider, but pops him up. Xavier Arias under it, but has to come in as the wind pushes it back. 2 F9s. 1 out, 2 out. Maybe the third one will go to Arias. Josh Shelley. Josh Shelley was the victim of a Trevor Nanny strikeout at a huge spot in the 5th.
Bases loaded, right? They were loaded.
Ultimately, Riguru did get 2 more in the 7th, but really big spot. Could have been so much worse, but Nanny got him. Tello gets him to bounce up to Freeman, takes it on a big hop, and another beautiful play by Preston Freeman. 1, 2, 3 for Tello, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll leave the mic open for the old 7th inning stretch if you want to get up and stretch your legs. And the wind blows. Is that Pud? It's Pud Galvin right there, folks. I know you're worried about the Balco scandal, but Pud Galvin winning ball games on monkey testosterone. And that might win you millions of dollars in baseball trivia one day.
Baseball player you're talking about? I don't know, some old guy.
All right. As we go, William Tarpley still on the mound, bottom of 7. This man is pitching a ball game, and you can't say any different.
Dude, I found this like streaming service. It's called StreamYard.
Garrett Felix, Nichols State.
Felix the Cat himself.
Debuting. A River Monster takes a breaking ball from Tarpley for strike 1. Felix, by all accounts, excellent hitters. Had really good numbers with Nichols State. Hit over 300 for this season, I believe. Takes one down. The Drake over the microphones. I don't know if is Drake just tired of being rich and famous, still making songs.
You know what I'm thinking about Drake? I think Drake needs to go back to being in a wheelchair on Degrassi.
That was Degrassi High.
Jimmy.
I never saw that show, but I was aware that he was in that
dude,
sitcom.
I used to watch that show a lot growing up, man.
I'm just saying, for real, in this day and age, he would have absolutely got dumped on because they didn't give the role to a guy in an actual wheelchair.
Yeah,
and everybody
for sure,
knows that
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's a true statement. I'm not being mean saying that, and that's fine. Either way you roll that, but
Because like
before his rapping career, way up to Garrett Felix.
You know what about Drake too is like I never remember him coming out as an artist. He was just always there, you know. Like
Yeah.
one day he was on the radio. I was like, who? Like,
One day Drake was there, and he's here forever.
he's always just been there. I don't, you know.
I know he's a Hoops fan. He should be a
Yeah.
Blue Jays fan. I'm not sure
He's
if
like
he
a
is.
bandwagon
Is
fan.
he a Blue Jays fan?
He's a bandwagon fan, but yeah, he's a Blue Jays fan.
Blue Jays in your American League East.
He was a Raptors fan, but who's ever winning, he's that team.
American League East is brutal, man. You got everybody's good this year.
Yeah.
Jake Whalen's Baltimore Orioles are doing great. With the Rays,
Yes, sir.
Yankees, Red Sox, man, it's crazy.
Sugar Sheen, dude, that dude pitched. When that dude's on the
Garrett
mound, watch
Felix
out.
working a good count here, 3-1. Would love to have him on base. Tarpley bounce to short. Shelley takes it on the hop, but double clutches and almost throws it away, but they do get him. So 6-3. One down. He almost threw that away. That'd have been big. We need to get something going here.
Every time there's someone yelling, I'm trying to look over there to see who it is, but I can't.
I don't know. Hopefully, they are a loyal customer
Oh, they are.
of
They
the beer stand.
definitely are.
Okay. That's good.
We thank you for their support.
Alex Gonzalez, Texas State University Bobcat, playing a good third base. 0 for 2 tonight. Tarpley pumping fastball.
I will say I love the support, though. I will never argue with somebody yelling. Because I'm the same way when I go to missions games.
Just gotta yell. I don't know why Tarpley and Amador aren't bold on my Rougarou roster. Why they're bolded. Maybe they just bolded him because he was going to play boldly today. Pinson, Alabama. There's the off-speed breaker, I believe. 1-2 to Gonzalez. We have got to do something. I'm going to switch up my hat. I got to go rally hat. This is just getting out of hand with Tarpley. Up. All right. I'm going rally hat up here. See if that can make it happen.
I think it will. I
Marine
believe in a
Corps.
rally hat.
I need to get a different Corps hat specific to the battalion, but outside does not get the call. We'll go full. Rally cap's already working, man.
If we're going full circle with this rally cap thing,
Yeah.
why don't we play the story so far, the rally cap song with the rally cap on, dude?
Rally monkey. Do
Double
we have any
win.
wild animals? And he does walk him.
We,
Rally cap does its job. Tarpley is human.
If you look behind
Tarpley is human.
if you look behind third base, there's a zebra back there.
He is not a cyborg sent back from the future by Skynet. He is in fact human as he walked Alex Gonzalez.
Well, we do have a rally zebra.
It's easy to get your hands on a zebra.
Yeah, there's one.
I know a guy.
There's one in center field right there, like behind that dirt.
I know a guy. I know a zebra guy.
Call him up, dude. Let's get that zebra rally.
Luke Powell
Rally
reached
zebra.
last time, depending on how you want to score it. I could describe the play. Softly hit one hopper to the shortstop. Luke Powell, being that he runs well, if you field it cleanly, do you get him? I don't know, but the shortstop bobbled it, and there was no throw, so Powell reached first. I don't know if you call that an E. I don't know if you call that a hit. There's no way to know. Maybe in an alternate dimension.
Either way, he was okay.
Big breaking ball up to Powell. So Gonzalez is your runner at first. And some sort of heavy ball throwing against the wall and things happening in the Rougarou bullpen. And I'd do just about anything to get Tarpley out of there. Pumps a fastball in the outside corner, doesn't get the call. Getting behind in the counts now is William Tarpley. My rally cap, unassailable. From the stretch, I still haven't seen Tarpley move to first. I don't think we're running here. And he bounces at 3-0. Fatigue may be a factor. It was 95 degrees at game time. And I think you can speak with me, Dutch, on the joy of setting up cameras.
What about him?
It's just fun to set them up and lose weight, you know?
Yeah.
It's a diet plan we're on with Gil. 3-0. I don't think you're swinging considering we're down by 4, and he does walk Powell on 4 pitches.
There we go.
So back-to-back walks for Tarpley, and we got something cooking in a 4-run ball game here, folks. 1 down only. First
Two-man
out
base.
was Garrett Felix.
Now
Slow walk from the manager.
This is where the zebra rally comes in, where the guy just hits it over the wall and brings in the zebra rally.
And Xavier's here. We'll go to some bump music here.
Because didn't the Angels have an actual monkey in the stadium?
Yeah, I think they do.
A little rally monkey?
And it's not licensed, which is how you do it. You just go out and grab a wild animal out of the woods. If you truly want the rally. If you don't want a rally animal, go ahead and get all the licenses from the
I'm
wildlife
pushing.
department.
I know I say zebra rally, but the thing about that is that's hard to get. We could easily go get a raccoon and have a raccoon rally.
You know who he talked to is Jake Whalen at MILB Hat Bill. He knows all about bagging wildlife with shotgun nets.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Could you get us a rally animal, please?
Rally animal.
We'll pay you.
Xavier Arias.
Like $20 per
2 on,
pound.
1 out. And
That's a big animal.
Mr. Tarpley misses high and outside. Looking for 1 pitch right here for Mr. Arias. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Ooh, almost got him, and it gets away. Both runners are going to advance. Got to be safe there when we're down. Ball squirted away from Mr. Durr. So 2-0. Arias in the catbird seat as far as the hitters count, and he went warning track power kind of against the wind and then barreled Tarpley but skied it to the third baseman his last time up. Let's see if he can square him up. So I think he's seeing him well. Gets a wide corner there for a 2-1 count. I don't think you're swinging at that part of the outside fastball on a 2-0 count, but down 3-1. Again, I think you cut Arias loose based on first few swings he's had against Tarpley. Oh, bounced it. That's going to be over the head. That's going to score one. Let's see if coach is going to wave him. Here comes the play at the plate, and they cut it, and that's 2 runs in. Xavier Arias drives in 2 on a 2-run single. Big hit right there from Xavier. Wow, we needed that. So we get to Tarpley for 2. Arias on first with 1 out. He did chop it, but they had the same hits, and you don't get that big of a bounce unless you barrel it. So hammered it into the ground, but gets the big hop. 2-run single, and the Sturs are in business with your favorite man, Preston Freeman. 2 RBIs right there. Fastball up to Freeman. Arias likely not running here. Still behind. Can't run into outs. Slider gets the corner. Generous, I think, Dutch. I think that was generous.
Definitely was.
That was like I bumped into you a food court a day ago, and maybe Tarpley bought the umpire like a burrito, and he's paying him back for the burrito. Off goes Arias. They're going to throw down, and he is safe. Good throw by Durr, but Arias got a good jump reading the ball in the dirt.
Some of these calls are like, again, I'm not hating on the umpires. They got a hard job, but some of these calls seem a little wild.
It's all good.
Who gave him an extra fruit roll-up in his lunch?
2-1. 2-1 to Freeman. That'll get your call every time. The extra fruit roll-up.
They're like, hey, umpire.
That, again, could go either way. Calls the strike on Freeman.
Do you think
I think Freeman has a wider outside corner. As I say, some of these, you're not going to. Oh, almost domes him, but it gets away from dirt. Arias comes up. So full count to Freeman. Dangerous pitch there. Tarpley likely his last batter, giving the control issues that we've seen. Full count to Freeman. Breaking ball, slide piece kind of up, and gets Freeman. That was kind of a tough pitch because you had to swing at it. He identified it as a breaking ball and was like, okay, that's going to come back. I got a hack, but probably not what he's looking for on the 3-2. I think Freeman saw the spin and recognized as a breaking ball. He had to swing at it. It was kind of up in a tough spot. I don't think you can take that pitch either, so 2 down. Jaden. Oh, I lost my Sturs roster. Calera. Jaden Calera. Again, Tarpley gets outside corner, 1-1. This extra run is huge here. If Calera can drive him in with 2 out, ooh, was kind of looking. I think Calera saw that breaking ball. Well, fouls it off. 1-2. Steps off. One and two. Huge spot to get one more with Arias at third and in on him. Almost gets him. Would have liked to see him honestly take it, but
I'm honestly shocked that umpire wasn't like, strike.
yeah. Twos. Big breaking ball. Falling off is Tarpley, and Kalura spoils it to keep it twos.
So maybe all those years when Mitch Williams was pitching, he was just falling. He wasn't, but it wasn't.
Intentionally falling off?
Yeah. It's like, I don't have a low knee drop.
I got to look at the mound talking to Coach Palacios before the game, and there's definitely some pretty hard, funny-shaped packed clay in there that probably could dig out. And that's a full count now to Kalura. But, yeah, I was like, if we got a big pry, we probably need to get some. Because, like, the other day, Colton Graham was having issues.
Yeah. I think he, fell his first pitch in the game. Yeah,
he fell a number of times. But, yeah, and there he walks him. That's probably his last batter. So Kalura down to first, and here comes the manager for the Rougarou. I don't know. Here's what I can say on Tarpley. Absolutely must tip your cap to him. Throwing perfect games and no-nos. No runs through 6. But 7 innings proved a bridge too far. Much like Napoleon. Battle of Waterloo. Keep going. Eventually get turned back. But we're still down by 2. Heck of a performance by Mr. Tarpley. Tip of the cap, and there will be a new pitcher. Let's see who it is. We'll get a number off this reliever here. Is that number 1? This is going to be Cohen Alfonso. Cohen Alfonso.
Like, that would suck if somebody was there and they left.
All right, my rally cap is working good. I need to keep it going. Adrian Guerrero lined one up the middle, almost took Tarpley's head off, but he caught it. And then, let's see here, flew out to center. 0 for 2 tonight. Cohen Alfonso, your pitcher.
Alfonso.
Zachary, Louisiana, going to Centenary. Same conference as TLU and Trinity University.
I know you're a big TLU guy.
TLU's good program. You know, also Trinity in San Antonio is a really cool ballpark. There's a big bender, but it stays inside 2-0.
I like my bag.
Yeah, Trinity.
Trinity.
If you're ever in San Antonio, catch a Trinity game. That's a nice place. I always have a great time. I'd bike down there. Fastball up, 3-0. If they knew they were working against my magical rally hat.
I think that hat's definitely doing something, sir.
It's making something happen.
You have a guy on first, a guy on third, and this guy might walk.
I'm going to have to go listen to the broadcast to determine exactly when I put it on, but I think I put it on for Arias before the squares, and I don't know about that. They just like calling it,
All right.
calling it because
slipped
they
this-
didn't like the fact that he squared 3-1.
Somebody slipped this man an extra $1 in his pay.
I thought that was down. I thought he kicked up dirt, but I don't know.
Some fan came up to him and hey,
Squares again, and there's nope.
hold on now. Hold
Up.
on now.
So full count to Adrian Guerrero. He's not bunting, and sometimes you'll do that, like if you think it'll distract the pitcher. I don't know if it distracts everybody. They know you're doing it to distract them, so they pipe it, but that might have been up. Got
If
something
this-
in his eye. Full count now. Pay off pitch. Kalura will be running because there are 2 down. Huge spot to drive the ball.
This is nerve-wracking right here.
There goes Kalura. Oh, and they're going to ring him.
Whoa.
I'm not sure there was a strike
Hold on
in
now.
there.
That was a strike all day, or ball. I mean, a ball. He
I think the
he should've got the
umpire just
base,
had
man.
it in his head. He was going to ring him. He's like, I'm going to show you. I don't know about that. I mean, if it's a walk, it's a walk. I mean,
that was the ball, man. That was, that was
I get that you're 3-0 and you're trying to walk, but you can't just start calling everything. All right, well. So reverse K on a very socialist strike zone, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
The 3rd out. Stirs get 2 back, and we go to the top of 8. And we need Jake Whalen to capture us a rally animal. That's what I know.
we'll be willing to pay $5 per pound, the size of the animal.
Yep. The larger, the better.
Yeah.
Get me to get. I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rock man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me home for some fun. Ha! I drive and lie, and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising
Tyler Lackey.
in London. Yeah. And I love.
Tyler Lackey now your pitcher for the River Monsters. Last pitch is to Adrian Guerrero.
Here's the speedster, man.
Marginal. Close enough. I mean, I get protect with you. I'm not going to gripe too much, but I don't know. If you just all of a sudden start calling different stuff in that spot, and nobody wants to see like you walk to a win, but as a hitter, you're kind of, as the new pitcher Tyler Lackey starts off.
This is the one guy you don't want to get on
Daryl
base, man.
Moore Jr., the legend, with an off speed, which is a good idea. Again with the off speed, and he did. I was a strike anyway. If you'd have hit it, it'd been a double, I say. So Tyler Lackey, Dallas Christian College from Caldwell, Texas. He's a freshman. I was thinking there's a swinging strike on the offer, but hits it hard out to right, but right at Xavier Arias. 1 down. So keep Daryl Moore off the bases is big if we're going to claw back from 2 down, and we go to Mo Little. Mo Little 2 singles tonight.
Dude, he has like one of the coolest names ever, dude. Mo Little.
Moselle Little the third, I believe.
He's definitely not little.
It's not little.
Not little.
Shout out to Mo Little the second and the first.
And maybe a fourth.
But he's played an excellent right field tonight. But he has had a few. He hits it hard out to center. Going back is Holden Rook, but he is not. Does he get that?
He got it.
Oh my gosh, Holden Rook, deepest part of the park. I thought I saw a bounce, but he was absolutely on his horse and then jumped on his horse, off his horse, and got onto a motorcycle and motored into the deep left center gap and caught it on the warning track. Did Holden Rook. Mo Little with a charge into the ball. My goodness, what a catch by Holden Rook. So F9, F8. If you are Zach Henry, be ready, as it's going to go to left field.
Left field.
Right. It went from right, and then it went to center. It's 100% going to left.
I thought that was a home run right there, too.
Every time. He got it. Mo Little got all of it, and he was against the wind, by the way. Into the wind. It's blowing basically straight in from that direction of left center.
I will say I appreciate the wind being up here, though.
Right? What about our little fan is back in the office?
Oh, yeah.
Lackey delivers and shot out to right. So I jinxed it. They're going to go to first. Oh. If Powell was looking, Arias probably guns him. He was so close. But Powell was thinking single all the way, and Arias was taking that on a hop and getting ready to gun him. So single for Brady McGee, dodging a bullet there because Arias was coming up gunning. 1 on, 2 down. Sully Stringer. Singled, scored. I'm sorry. Nah, did he single? I have base on ball. I don't know. Sully Stringer scored last inning, or in the 6th, rather. Bounce to the backstop. Runner's on his horse, and he might try for third, and he does. And he's probably going to make it. It took Kalura a while to find the ball, and it bounced up pretty high going to the backstop. So McGee, aggressive base running in a close ball game.
I can't believe that guy got 2 bases off that.
Huge, he did, yeah. It bounced up high, and he was on his horse. So,
well, there's 2 outs.
McGee
So
pass, well, there's 2 outs. Let's keep him there, but you got to hustle after them pass balls. Or wild pitches, however you want to score it. Bounced hard. Alex Gonzalez spears it on the dive and guns it across first and gets him. Holy Alex Gonzalez. Dipped that glove in gold, my friends. Gets Sully Stringer on the 5-3. Wow. ESPN Denanet. Goodness
Web gem.
gracious, that's a web gem. Wow. Holden Rook's gonna start it off for us here in the bottom of 8th. Stirs have some work to do. Cowan Alfonso still on. I like the idea. Pretty decent bunt, and Rook flies, and he's safe. Nice job, Holden Rook. That's how you do it. Use those wheels. Not even that good of a bunt, right? I mean, not down the line, but he could fly.
It was a decent. Yeah, I thought he was gonna get out. Like it wasn't like that far out or close. You know.
I mean, he deadened it good.
Yeah.
A little bit too much at the pitcher, but caught everybody with their pants down. And Holden Rook, leadoff runner aboard. Great piece of drag bunting there.
He definitely has some
Zach
speed.
Henry, your batter now. And I don't know if Rook steals or not here. I'll leave it to Tony Perez. He did a very high success rate. In fact, a perfect success rate at Abilene Christian did Holden Rook. Nice hack from Zach Henry, cutting it loose right there. And also a little tip of the cap to Ruger Riojas' family. I ran into him yesterday and had nice things to say about our broadcast. We appreciate that. So Holden Rook, leadoff bunt. Zach Henry 0-1 facing Cohen Alfonso. Out. See, now the zone is just changing in the last 2 innings.
It always does, man. It always does. Like,
That wasn't a strike
like
3 innings ago.
what game was it? I was here Thursday, right? Was it the one I was here last Thursday?
I mean, we got catchers reaching for it off the plate, and now it's just the umpire with a hot date
It's
situation.
like so
you know?
inconsistent. Like I know he wants to get the Panda Express and get.
There
the,
goes Holden Rook, gets a good jump, and wow,
Got him.
no slide.
Safe.
Holden, if you see this broadcast, I would have preferred a slide. Let's go ahead and Pete Rose it in there. Slow yourself down. But
I'm shocked
Holden
the
Rook
umpire didn't throw a strike
runs
on that,
well, so
too.
big stolen base there. But wow. the running, standing up, stolen base from Holden Rook.
Makes you nervous or what?
1 and 2, it does. I'd rather a slide there, but he's safe nevertheless. Continues his 2023 campaign of perfection on the stolen base pass. Takes away the force is the big piece there. So very helpful. Can't run into an out. We have so few left.
Correct.
So few left.
Bottom of the 8th, but we still have no outs in this inning, so we have a chance.
Good throw from Durr, honestly. It wasn't that bad of a throw. It was right on the base.
We need a dinger right here, man.
That would do it. Breaking ball is up and away from Alfonso. I think it's 2-2 now.
At this point, I'm shocked with any calls that we get that are balls. I'm like, oh wow, ball.
I mean,
But again, no disrespect to the
potential,
umpires.
you know,
It's-
umpire potential hot date,
Yeah.
you know, situation.
I'm thinking.
What time is it on the clock?
9:30.
9:30. So he's got a date at 10.
Yeah.
Whoa! Heads up. Wow. So, did he foul that? Zach Henry, I'm not sure if he fouled it though.
I bet those kids thought they could keep
Swinging.
that bat too.
And he's going to check with somebody. I don't know. The bat goes flying. It like missed the fence by like an inch.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you would throw that bat and it wouldn't go into the city parking lot was crazy. So it is a K.
If I was that kid, I'd grab that bat and I run.
Run for your life.
Like
Hide it.
I am keeping this
Best
thing.
souvenir ever. But Henry down on strikes.
And when
Here's
they
Garrett
asked,
Felix
After the game, you try to get a sign and like, where'd you get that bat? My daddy bought it for me.
up. Surprised he didn't call that a strike.
He's
Seriously.
surprised.
It's
Yeah.
getting way wider.
Yeah.
There's about another 2 inches all around the plate.
It's gonna hit the dirt like out of the batter's box. Strike.
I want to know.
No hate on the umpires though. They got a hard job.
Felix gets fooled on the pitch, kind of half swings at 1-1.
These little kids have to start returning these balls, man. They're running.
Shelley was crashing behind Rook as Rook was taking his secondary. Alfonso had inside moved. Honestly, Rook, if you would have inside move, Rook would have probably bolted for third, and then it's anybody's guess whether he's out or
Yeah.
safe because he could run.
There we
Hit
go.
hard by Garrett Felix. And Rook is being sent on the relay.
I don't know about that. He looks,
He might have got his hand in, but we don't have the benefit of instant replay. So Rook can fly. The ball definitely beat him, but the tag might have been high, and he got his hand in there. Anybody's guess. I think that's what you got to do. So Rook thrown out. It's a hard single by Garrett Felix. So Rook is the second out. It's tough when the ball beats you by that much and they get the tag down. There's no way the umpire can make that call where the hand gets in, especially with that much dirt flying. So I can't gripe too much about that as opposed to the widening and enlarging of the socialist strike zone. Alex Gonzalez, the batter now. Felix astutely takes second on the throw. So in scoring position with 2 out. Absolutely roped it. Colin Alfonso up high. Hitters count.
Well, at least we have the tying run at bat, so he's got to get him across.
As you say,
Home run.
Dutch, nice dinger.
Nice dinger, yeah.
Get a ding-dong yard ball.
You know who we need on the team to coach some home runs is Coach Kent Murphy.
Coach Kent Murphy,
Dinger Derby.
one of the greatest coaches of all times.
I'd learn to play baseball through
I
Kent
like
Murphy.
that hack. Yeah. That's it. 2-1.
He told me it's okay to get upset and charge the mounds.
That's a 2-1 hack. You know what I'm saying? That's like breaking
Yeah.
ball, but like you're not getting cheated there because if he does throw fastball, you're on it. It's fine, totally fine swinging through that. It's a 2-0 hack. I like it. And inside. It's a strike. I don't have any complaints. That wasn't like extending the zone all of a sudden by 2 inches. So 2-2. Alex Gonzalez. There goes the runner, swings through, so it's not going to matter. Alfonso works out of it. Nobody comes across. Stirs gamble, but Rook gets cut down.
It's a gamble I would have made.
It's going to come down to the bottom of the ninth, folks, and we go to the top of 9.
Well, like I was saying, that was a gamble I would have took, especially with you down being 2.
Can't play it safe your whole life.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Because think about it, if you don't take that chance, you could have been, well, what would have been? So.
You make it a 1-run ball game. It's a huge boost, you know?
Well, just got to shut him down the top here. And then,
I'm not second-guessing Coach Perez. He's awesome. Oh, whoops. All right.
Yo, what's up, T-Dog?
Getting down the brass tacks here. We are in the 9th of Texas Collegiate League Baseball. Rouge with a 2-run lead, trying to add. On to pitch is Luke Greenlee from Cisco College. We got a number of good players from Cisco. Greenlee will run it away from the righties and in on lefties' hands. Good movement. Starts off Mr. O'Malley with a strike.
O'Malley.
Austin O'Malley tonight. 2 hits. 2 for 3. Checks it. Greenlee scoops it, closes distance, and underhands it to Powell for the first out.
That's what we need, son.
1 down. Quick out by Greenlee.
The bottom of the 9th is definitely going to be interesting if we can hold them to no runs here.
I'll tell you what, the last 3 outs are the hardest to get
Correct.
every time.
It's like the last minute of a basketball game. When it's a close game, it takes forever. But I like the games take forever. So
Trevor Durr, catcher tonight,
Trevor Dirt.
or D-U-R-R Durr,
Dirt.
caught a good game, called a good game. I don't know if he has history with Mr. Tarpley, but he's the other half of that, getting credit for shutting down the Stirs right now. Greenlee, nice runner on the fastball away. 1-1. Foul back 1-2, Greenlee ahead. Ran into Luke Greenlee in the Valero after the 11-0 win
How was that?
with Liam. I don't know. We were trying to hydrate. I don't know what that means in the universe, but I think it means something good.
Maybe. Maybe he'll, you guys will, I don't know. Trying to think of a scenario. I can't.
I don't know. Class act all the way.
Maybe he'll be his hitting coach.
Also, a fashionista. I dug his shirt. He had this like patterned shirt that was off the chain.
So what you're saying is he's got style.
He does. The Cisco dudes definitely got style and panache. Really, all the Stirs do.
I like stopping at that little gas station.
Popped out to center. On comes Holden Rook. No problem at all.
Ghostbusters, huh?
Holden Rook may be working with just jet boosters. It's possible. Back to TJ Grinds. TJ Grinds, 0 for 3 tonight. Reached in the 5th on a base on balls. Made a good play out and left tonight. There's that cutter from Greenlee. Misses off the plate, though. 1-0. Nice night. I still think it's like 88 degrees or 90. I don't even know.
It's definitely
There's a
warm.
cutter for a strike, though. Rather, probably a slider, though, the way that it broke. So 1-1. TJ Grinds. Greenlee trying to get the Stirs in the dugout for the miraculous. There's that. Inside again. 2-1. Jams him, goes to Adrian Guerrero, picks it up, throws it on to Powell at first, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3.
So we need 3-2 to tie, 3 to win. So why not?
Greenlee works clean 9th, what you want, and now the Stirs backs against the wall, digging deep for some magic. Let's get this upbeat song going. Get the magic going. Go Stirs. 10,000 feet.
That's where that ball's about to go. Here,
Yep.
I got 10,000 feet.
That's what I'm talking about, bud.
I wanna feel the heat. Huh. Fly over the ocean. I think you belong. Like a rock man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. somewhere got history, somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight, on through the night. Huh. Get on to that aeroplane. Huh.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
All right.
To the aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get onto the aeroplane.
All right. Here it is, folks. The bottom of the ninth. Connor Spencer on for the Rougarou. Connor Spencer was my center field interview.
Okay.
When I set up the center field cam, there's usually the opposing team taking batting practice, and I'll end up talking to the one player that's nearest me setting up the camera, and it happened to be Connor Spencer tonight. Leading off for the Stars against Connor Spencer is a big, hard, over-the-top breaking ball from Spencer, and this is Luke Powell for strike one. But Spencer right now at Southeastern Louisiana University in the transfer portal and talking to some pretty big-name schools. Apparently in conversations with LSU and Ole Miss and some other likes, which may explain why the Rougarous are using him as their closer in a tight spot. Nice young gentleman. However, I'm thoroughly rooting against you, Mr. Spencer. Even though you were a delight to talk to, I want to Stars win. That's just how it is.
I still say we should have put some sleepy medicine in their cooler.
Yeah.
We could have.
Very over the top. His breaking ball almost just goes straight down when
Yeah.
he hooks it off. And he gets a fastball by Luke Powell for the first out.
Not good, my friends.
So Powell is telling Arias what he's seeing. And what I'm seeing is a very over-the-top breaking ball and Ched. So Rougarou pull out the big gun. Xavier Arias had a couple, honestly, 3-barreled balls tonight and barely missed getting one out of here in his first debut, as that's down. A lot of times we'll try to get a look at that arm slot. Fastball by Arias, 1-1. I'd like to see Arias get into one of these. Mr. Connor Spencer's fastball. Does not get cheated on the 1-1 pitch. Good hack from Arias. One-two to Arias. Time to protect with two. Any way you can get on. And just challenging people up with heat is Spencer, and he gets Arias with a K. At this point, Mr. Freeman. I like you said, I like Freeman's tall. I like his tall stance in this situation. See if he can catch up to Spencer fastball and turn that sucker around.
Home run.
Take it out over the bark pile.
See, at this point, we don't need a home run. We need a guy on base first. Then we can think about the home run.
Fastball away. 1-0.
We are down to our last 3 strikes. Let's hopefully
Freeman's the man I want in this spot. Let's say that. I think. And that's down 2-0.
I wouldn't argue against a walk here.
Yeah. And here's the thing about, though, like, if you're at UTSA and you're Preston Freeman playing inner squad, I'm sure you're facing the likes of the Ruger Riojas or the Simon Millers of the world, so he's seen the heat.
Yeah.
He's seen the heat, not an issue. You got to commit. You got to commit. You got to commit a little early with the hands, and that's what gets you off to adjust on the breaking ball. But
Definitely in a situation he's been in before.
Commit.
So.
That's heat. 2-1.
These guys are just taking hacks, man, trying to hit this ball.
Connor Spencer definitely with above average pace on the ball. Sit fastball. 3-1 in this spot. And now, see, it's that hot date. He's trying to make it at 10.
Well, he's got 15 minutes, so might as well.
This was the quote. Baby, I'll meet you at 10.
Yeah.
Promise. No. Don't stay there. I'll meet you at 10.
I don't care what the score is. I'll be there at 10.
Bounced by Preston Freeman, and it gets through. It's as good as a swinging bunt. He's going to be safe, and they throw it away.
Do not go to second.
Do not even blink, or they'll call you. So
stay on first.
That's a hit, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
All right, so this is where we get a dinger. This is
Socialist strike zone, still overcome by Preston Freeman and his wheels.
If this guy hits I'll say this. If this guy hits a dinger.
And for those that don't, that's what a socialist strike zone is. People are just getting strikes whether their pitchers earned it or not. But right now, Kalura's got to be looking. Because I don't know if you can rule that an error. If it's an error on anybody, because you weren't going to get him at first on the second base throw, it would be an error on Connor Spencer, but it really wasn't because it kind of got by him. So I think it's like an infield hit for Preston Freeman. And more heat from Connor Spencer up in the zone, though, as Kalura represents the tying run against the Rouge closer. Freeman, no lead at all. Not worth it. Fastball in. That is a strike, no doubt. 1-1. Checks it. 2-1. What a debut it would be for Jaden Kalura from Nicholls State to launch one. Wind
It's
coming
blowing that way.
in.
Kind of.
It's kind of blowing,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit to right.
Just a little. That's all you need is just a little push.
Fouled
oh,
off.
Oh, no. I was like, oh, here we go.
And with Connor Spencer's velocity, if you do barrel it up, he provides a lot of the power, and I think Jaden Kalura can do it. And I'm willing it with my rally cap. So they're not going to hold Freeman. The first baseman just comes off, preferring to play D, and he's going to do that and make his date on the backdoor breaking ball.
He's got him a date of pandas, man.
Connor Spencer strikes out the side.
Definitely was
And
not
the
a good call,
Rougarou
man.
take down the Stirs in a 4-2. Pretty good pitcher's duel, and some timely hitting by the Rougarou and some good pitching by Tarpley, along with the door getting closed by Connor Spencer, and they will walk away with a 4-2 win. Thanks for checking us out, folks. We'll be back tomorrow night and Wednesday.
Right.
And to all our viewers, thanks for supporting Skiing, River Monsters, and the Texas Collegiate League.
Oh, by the way, Jake's been listening this whole time.
Oh, Jake?
Yeah.
Well, let's just put up this then.
Mr. Hat Billy himself.
Let's get these guys up. We're going to reveal on Wednesday
Yeah.
is what we're going to do. So I got to come locked and loaded with my people that checked out this game. We always let it run for a few minutes.
Shout out to all the listeners,
Yeah.
watchers.
Thanks, Jakey the man. You still have to shotgun net us a rally animal, because if we had that animal tonight, I think we got to stir his win.
If you could catch us a raccoon, I'd really appreciate it.
Maybe more than one rally animal. All right, thanks again, folks. We're out of here.